Welcome to Menon Thoughts, where technology, life, and growth comes together with purpose. I'm Govind Menon here to walk with you through the challenges of your career and times of healing. Today's video, from the thumbnail you must have figured out, isn't about tech tips or agile framework or career mentoring or anything of that sort. It is about something far more raw. Um, and the question that keeps coming back to me for the last 2.5 months, 3 months, probably 5 months since my daughter's thing started, right? Is money everything, right? Money as in money, right? Is it everything? Let's be honest a bit. I think money does run the world, right? So I'm not in a delusion that money is not important. It is not that. And this is not a grief video or a complaint video or anything of that sort. This is what has come in my head because of what my family went through and is going through right now, right? So thought I'll put it out there across to people. Of course, money, it pays the bills, secures the roof over your head, gets the best doctors, and sometimes it is there's a difference between hope and helplessness, right? It is the way the world is right now. But you know what I came to learn after losing my princess? After watching her go through everything we did, money cannot hold your hand or comfort you. It can't bring back what is gone, and it can't ease the ache in your soul, right? Because when my daughter was going through this trauma in the last 4 5 months, from January onwards, we have pumped in money like anything. Um, every month we used to foot a bill of around about 1.5 lakhs on her injections, and then the last 3 days when she was in the hospital, it was a bomb of a bill. I don't remember exactly. I think it was 3.5 lakhs or 4 lakhs. I don't remember that. So in the last 6 7 months, especially before that also, for it is going on for 4 years, but for the last 6 7 months, we had pushed everything that we had built, including selling my car, as I said before, couple of land properties, everything, whatever we could muster. Right? So that didn't actually help in any way. The money was just another factor. That's all, right? So why am I making this video? That's a good question, right? So over the last 2.5 months, I have realized a few things. What happens after your world around you moves off, right? I mean, in the sense it is shaken up, totally upside down. Two major things happened with us at that time. One was basically in the last 3 4 months. One was my losing my daughter, and the secondary part was for almost, as I had mentioned before, 2.5 years financial stability. For 5 years, I would say financial stability had gone into a chaos, right? After we lost her, we have started rebuilding, and we were getting better, because obviously without the medical bills, you tend to get better. You know you're in and out, right? So you can plan it a bit and all, but there are still a couple of roadblocks that we hit in the last 2 months, and it went from being totally down, a bit up, and then a bit down and bit up. But what I found is the way the society changes in this 2 3 months, and there are a lot of self realizations that I had. So I thought I'll share that with you all. So this is not a tech video. Again, I'm making it very clear. So if you want to hear it out, it is just a humanitarian video where I'm just talking about how I felt about it, right, in the last 2 months, 3 months, and what my outlook is going to be for the remainder of the time that I'm going to be in this world. Right, so we'll dive deep into it and we'll talk about it. The title would give you a suggestion what I'm going to talk about, but yeah, let's dive deep into it. So, uh, so let me start from the beginning, right? Where it all started feeling and how it went through for the last 2.5 months. So, to begin with, right, in the days after my daughter passed away, to be precise, March 26th, after that, I would say for the next 15 days, it was just trying to figure out the next steps in the life, if you may, right? And then put the pieces together, right? That is what was happening at that time. But then after that, I mean, so she passed away in Coimbatore. So we had to take her from Coimbatore to our native Palakkad. We did all the cremation. So the first 15-20 days we were there. We were surrounded by family and people and all that stuff. So it was just trying to get everything back. Like it is like there is a, how do I put it? You had something in your fist and it blows off, and then you're gradually bringing it back, right? So that was the scenario. So we brought it all back, right? Went into that house, the same house where we were living. That house felt like a living photo album, if you may, right? Her laughter is lingering around in every room. You could feel her presence in the way that she was walking down from the stairs. Every corner of the house looked, wherever we looked, at least for me and my wife, it was like she's there, right? I mean, those memories were very fresh and painful. Said the right word, yeah. Painful, right? There were silences which were unbearable. So what we decided was we'll move to a new house, right? So we took a new place. It was more for a quieter start, fresh start, if you may. The landlord where we moved in, or we are now staying, seemed understanding, pretty much understanding. So we obviously had come out of a financial crisis, right? So if deposit is like 10 months of the rent, right? So it's a pretty high amount. The old owner had not given the amount yet. So we told him, like, I mean, we have come out of this crisis, told the story, everything, and he said, okay. He even said that the deposits you can pay in part. Okay. So we moved in a month back. I mean, so May 1st is when we moved in, and we did pay the initial part, and then we paid the rent at the end of the month, and then we paid the balance, a part of it. So we paid around about 70% of what the total deposit amount was in just about a month. So there is a balance of 30%, right? And now the remainder has begun, Although we have already explained to them the situation and we had told them like probably it will be by this 15th or worst case scenario 1st of July, right? The tone suddenly changed from being sympathetic tone that was there into a harsh and not measured tone saying that I too have commitments, right? I get it because they have their needs too, but it hits you hard, right? Because just weeks ago we were surrounded by by a compassion by the same person. Okay, right? Now it feels like the timer on empathy has ran out in such a short period, right? I mean, in just a month of us being shifting into this house. Not blaming, not blaming them. I understand their commitments. Just noticing, just noticing that grief slows you down. Grief will definitely slow you down and it redefines you. But the world around you doesn't seem to slow down, right? So why am I saying this, right? Why did I give this story to? So on the hindsight, they also know that we had taken an insurance for the daughter, medical insurance. The insurance company is not paying. Obviously, they are trying to drag their feet. And I'll not take the name of the insurance company, though people can guess. Worst insurance company that I have ever seen. Even after the, the insurer dying, they had the guts to say that it looks like a fraud, right? But anyway, I've got records for that. That's for another video probably about the insurance companies and how you should tackle these insurance companies. So they knew all that, but still the compassion ran out in just 60 days. So if you put the number of hours, 24 hours into 60 days, it, I don't remember the math. It is probably to 1,440 hours, I think, right? I might be wrong, right? That's all the compassion remained for, right? 24 into 60. That is the level where the compassion was. So yeah, so just wanted to share that. So it feels like money does run the world, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So that is what I think it looks like when you're trying to grieve and come out of it, but world doesn't stop. This is what I learned in this 60 days, right? March 24th, my daughter sat besides me, smiling, chatting, not her usual stuff, but still smiling and chatting and talking to me. 25th, she was on her way out of the world, a world that too often revolves around money now, I think. And on March 26th, she was freed. She's free from all this. That's how fast the life changes. That's how fragile really it is, right? It did shook me up a lot, right? I mean, from inside, because I am a person who believed that you can define your faith, right? You can define how good or bad you want to live in this world. That's what I believed. Probably before March 26th, I also made a lot of mistakes. It's not that I didn't, right? But then I have decided I have to change. I want to be a better human. Yes, it is taking time for me to become a good human, be more compassionate and all, right? But I'll keep trying. I'll keep trying. Because if there is one thing this journey shows me, it is that our humanity is what truly matters in the end, right? I mean, it is not all the money that you have accumulated, or the wealth you have accumulated, right? So my big realization, if you may, has been that insurance, for example, was denied, right? Still denied. Support systems that get built around you, they're temporary. People forget fast. For a few weeks, we were like that grieving family that is there and everybody was compassionate. Now we are expected to bounce back, smile, and deliver, which we are trying, because that's what the world demands from you, isn't it? So is money everything? It surely helps a lot, right? It bought us time. As I said, we had to sell a lot of assets to fund my daughter's treatment. And if I had to do it again, I would do that again without a thought. If that scenario repeats, I would do that still. But no, I don't think money is everything. It's not everything. That's what I believe now, right? Humanity is, compassion is, presence is, that is what is real. So throughout all this time, I'm still standing, right? I mean, the last 2 months, there have been times when occasions when I thought, this is it. Nothing more, nothing more left in life. Why should we even accumulate wealth or even live at times, right? But because my wife, my son are there, they remind me that life, however broken, must move forward, has to move forward. I am still carrying my daughter with me in every step, in every moment of grace, in every small act, in future, in every small act of kindness we're going to offer to others. She is the guiding force for that, right? But having having said all this, towards the end of it, I just want to be very clear. This video isn't about sympathy, not about trying to complain or anything. It is just a reminder to those who are chasing success, money, and milestones. Don't forget to be human on the way of your success. And if you know someone who is going through a tough time, don't just help them in the first week. Yeah, I understand, bro, what you're going through and all. If possible, be there in that seventh day, in that third month, when the real silence begins, right? Because when this whole issue starts, something similar to that, first 15, 20 days, everybody is there. The entire world, it looks like, is with you. But as time passes, the crowd fades away. It just goes into the shadow. That is when, probably that is when those families need you the most. I'll try to do that in the future, because I'm still trying to come out of that. So I don't have that capacity, emotional capacity right now to get to that. But the moment I think I'm a bit more better, bit more composed, probably, yes, I want to be as a better human, not chasing money, instead chasing humanity, and see if I can be there for these grieving families on that seventh day, the third month, probably for their life, helping them in the real, when the real silence begins, right? Okay, that's all from me in this video. Short one, I think, right? But that's all I have in this video. This is Menon Thoughts signing off. Until we connect again, keep learning, keep caring.